All right, we're gonna be driving up here into one of Alpine, Utah's its most expensive private neighborhood. And we're gonna be driving up in here before they close it off to the public, because there is a guard station up here that is not manned, but it will be manned soon. And then the public won't even be able to access this neighborhood. So we're gonna go ahead and take a look up here. As you can see, the landscape is already spectacular, folks. I mean, Alpine, Utah is probably the second most expensive town to live in Utah, Park City being the first. I live in Draper, Utah, which is actually the third, and it borders Alpine, Utah. So here's the guard station to this neighborhood. So we're gonna go up into it, and most of the homes up in here are under construction. I drove up here last year and was just amazed at some of the houses I was seeing. I imagine they're all like $20 million homes and above. Some of them probably a couple $100 million. But as you can see, this is a spectacular landscape. That is that's Lone Peak Mountain up there, which is the peak that rises up above my house in Draper. We're on the south side of Lone Peak right now. I live on the west side of Lone Peak. Anyway, let's get moving up here. It's probably about 7 o'clock at night in Utah. So the sun is at a pretty cool angle, so we'll get to see a lot of shadows bouncing off of the mountains there. And then when we get up here high enough, I will turn the camera around and you'll be able to see Utah Lake. I think if I remember right, there's a really big house over here in the trees that you can kind of see. Yeah, that one coming up right there, that's pretty cool. Although trees weren't in front of it last time. Now this house over here, this house right here, last year when I came up here, I actually walked through it. It looks like it's in about the same amount of construction phase that it was back then. Now, not much has happened, but last year it was wide open and you could walk through it and take a look. I will swing around here. Now down there in the valley you can see Utah Lake and a few things. But so anyway, this is a big, huge house here. Still under construction. Yeah, we can see Utah Lake down there. That's down near Provo, the main town of Alpine. This house still amazes me in how big it was. I mean, when I went inside of it, it was huge. Anyway, don't tell the owner that I did that. So let's move on up the trail here. Now, when I was here last time, some of these houses were so big that there were actual cranes. Look at that house with that spectacular view. There were actual cranes, and the houses were so big there were cranes. Big, huge construction equipment. How would you like to live in that house with that view? Holy crap. So this is my dream place to live, if I had $100 million. They're sitting right under the Lone Peak. There's some people there. There's a waterfall over here in the woods. I don't know if you can see it. There it is. Yeah, well, this is a public street eventually. But, my truck is nice enough and expensive looking enough that I will blend right in, so I'm not too worried about anybody thinking that I don't belong up in here. But We're gonna go up this mountain a little bit further and see some even more spectacular homes. Down there we've got a pond or something, and another plot to build the pond is down there, but looking directly into the sun though. Eventually this entire road will probably be lined with big mansions. I can see the little stakes and the little electrical boxes that are being prepared for each new bit of construction. And then we get up. Okay, so now let's slow down. Look at that construction right there. That new house going up. We'll pull over here so we can get a good look at it. So look at that thing. I mean, the mountain is so big, I can't even get it in the... I mean, that's a 10,000 foot mountain just rising up above this neighborhood. So big I can't even get it all in the screen. That's crazy. I'm disappointed. Maybe if I turn it like that. I got some motorcycle people. Got some other looky-loos up here in the neighborhood that... Again, just the mountains that surround this neighborhood are just so big and so tall and so grand looking. And then we get these houses over on this side, which have a spectacular view of the valley below. And you can see the valley below. If we go around here a little bit, you can see Utah Lake and stuff. We'll get a better view of that. Got this house under construction here. There's a good view of it. So as we go up here, there's more construction. Looks like we're coming to a dead end private property. But I mean, that one's so big. Like I said, I told you there's cranes. It's so big that there's like cranes. That says private property, so I'm probably going to just not drive up there, just out of respect for whatever rich person doesn't want me around. So we're gonna take this other road and see what kind of stuff we see down here, because this will give us a great view of Utah Lake, of the Provo, Utah County Valley, and the lake down below. So on one side you've got this magnificent lake and this view. No trespassing, no fires. Don't know what that means, but I'm ignoring it. Then on this side we've got mountains so big I can't even fit them into the camera. Okay, so this is a dead end. But we will turn around here and we will end our journey with this insane view that house has right there. Let's see. Yeah, let's focus in on that insane view right there, man. Look at that house. Wouldn't you like to live there?